G'day and welcome to Daily Insights with me, Moon Willow, and storytelling. I am a storyteller. I've been a storyteller for many years, and I really enjoy telling stories because I find that it links into the energies of a group or individuals that are coming in. So in this instance, with every one of you that's watching, whether it's watching sort of today on the day that I put this out or sort of a couple of weeks hence, it's a really weird way that it works, and I don't really understand how it works, but it comes through and actually impacts the way that storytelling goes, and your energy will actually merge into this. So with hopefully that means that you will end up resonating with at least some of what I'm talking about today within this reading. While I think about it, if you're watching this, would you mind hitting that subscribe button for me? And if you like the video, hit like. If you don't, hit the dislike. That's the thumbs up, thumbs down. And if there's anything within this that you would like more information about, please don't hesitate to write a comment in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer it for you. So I think that's all the housekeeping. Also, before I go on, I do offer individual readings, and you can find out about those or book an appointment with me through my website, which is www.moonwillow.net. I will be putting the link in the bottom in the description box for you all as well. So I think that's all the housekeeping. So I'm going to delve into my handy crystal bag. And I'd like you all just to focus in on it and try and... Oh, that one went into my fingers. Oh, and we have hematite. So very much about grounding and feeling grounded in this world, in this universe, which I think at the moment, with the way that the energies are going in the world, that it is very easy to feel ungrounded. That 1 minute, and it's going back to what we were talking about over the past couple of days with the throat and the heart, that we get sort of bombarded by different bits of information. 1 minute we think something's true, and then we find out that it may not be true, and it's very unclear as to who is telling the truth, and then coming back to our guts and just having a sense of what feels right for us. So there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going off at the moment as well, I feel, and that happens a lot even in our own lives, irrespective of what's going off in the world, that sometimes in relationships we have with people on a day-to-day basis. 1 minute we have what we feel is a solid understanding of who that person is, and then all of a sudden another bit of information comes in, and it's like we've had the rug pulled out from underneath our feet. So we can end up feeling very wobbled and quite disconnected. So hematite is around grounding and feeling secure in ourselves, secure on planet Earth, on who I call Gaia. I call Earth Mother Gaia on a regular basis, and it's finding that time and space just to root and to feel solid and connected on this planet. And the more we ground, the more we actually put our roots into the world. It doesn't matter what comes across, it actually makes us feel a little bit bent over, but we're more inclined to be able to move back up on a quicker basis. So, and it's like my last name, Willow. I always consider the willow very strongly rooted into earth, and it doesn't matter how much force comes along, how many problems, etc., that I sort of come across, especially in this world at the moment, as I say, I have an ability to sort of bounce back up, as it were. But it is I also do ground on a minimum twice daily basis, just feel my connection through into Mother Earth and just feel that solidity so that I can actually step a little bit more firmly forward, so that even though something might come in that will wobble me for a little bit, it doesn't actually knock me flat for days, which is quite a nice thing. So yeah, I think that's sort of fairly key at the moment, energetically wise. So now I'm going to, so I'd like you all to sort of focus on the cards, and we'll see what 3 cards come out today within this. Alright, no one wants to play. And then I'm going to split. Well, that was an unusual one, splitting wise. And then we just need 2 more. Okay. So we've got today's reading, we've got a bear, a key, which I believe we had yesterday, and the scythe as well. So we'll delve into how this relates back into the hematite and see what story comes out. So the bear for me is very much about being solid and firm in where we are at the moment as well. So for me, it's always like the mama bear, so fiercely defendant of her young, but in this instance I think it is that feeling really solid and going back into the hematite, very solid, very grounded in where we want to be in the universe and how we fit within that in the universe at the moment. So staying very connected with who we are, how we want to be, going back into the past couple of days between our heart and our throat. It was about sitting, feeling that unconditional love and support of ourselves, and how we speak our authentic truth. So this is almost like coming back into ourselves again and feeling where our boundaries are and how we maintain that going forward. And in that, for me, is connecting back to ground, is earthing back down. So that's what's coming through on that particular card for me. And then the key, it's, I think, I don't know, I don't remember, I think this came out yesterday, and it's key. What's just come through to me is that it's the key to destiny. So in staying, the key to getting through this at the moment is actually remaining grounded, remaining solid, knowing that your roots are really strong, that you are able to actually sit calmly as the storm is going off around us, because it is a huge storm out there, and trying not to step into other people's tales, basically narratives. If it doesn't sit well for you, or even if it doesn't, even if it does, then try not to engage sometimes, because it can open us up and lead us to going into arguments and quarrels, which I think is one of the cards that came up yesterday. So for me, the key at the moment for us as a group, as a collective, is actually finding where our boundaries are, feeling connected to earth, and actually looking for the key to how we want to walk forward in that solid state, in that firm and secure state. And it's not in a negative way. I don't feel that this is negative at all. I just feel that it is that holding ourselves through sort of really quite a horrendous storm out there. So it is a key to destiny, in that way of moving forward, unlocks our path, unlocks who we are within that, but it also unlocks our awareness of our relationships with other people. And I think this is why the sides come in. So it's about cutting things that we don't need. So whilst we're aware of, okay, so what's coming through, and I'm very sorry, this feels a little bit disjointed, but I get information coming in sort of as I'm speaking, so I'm sorry, I have to cut. So within this card, it is when we sit down and we see what is making us feel disconnected with ourselves, what makes us feel disconnected with Earth, what leads us into fear, what leads us into anxiety, whether that be the telly on constantly, or having communication with people on Facebook, or we end up having disagreements and arguments that came up yesterday with family members, with friends. It's actually being able to cut off, not necessarily cut off from having a relationship with them completely, but cutting that bit that actually brings us back into those disagreements, that helps us feel wobbled, that just to disconnect with those paths that one minute we feel okay and then the next minute we feel down. It's like, oh, okay, I know that that's what's coming in and makes me feel disconnected, that makes me feel like I've had the rug pulled out from me. That's not okay. So with love and kindness, I'm going to cut that part energetically away, because I get bombarded by different energies on a regular basis, and part of the way that I actually ground morning and night is actually disconnecting any hooks that people might have in me energetically, because we are energetic beings and we don't realize how much we allow or keep ourselves open to different energies coming in, and some of them are really supportive, loving and nurturing, and others are not good, and they can actually start getting caught in us and actually can make us feel worried, perturbed, fearful, anxious. And it's sort of sitting in that bare energy, sitting in our own energy, connecting and grounding to Earth, that we actually can start seeing what does belong to us and what doesn't. And what doesn't belong to us, we can cut off. Now, I always do that with love and kindness, because I don't believe in sending back negative energy at all. And if you don't feel that that's going to be relieved, or you don't want to do that, there is a way to actually, if you sit and notice where this is coming in, you can actually visualize it going into Earth, or coming out through the bottoms, the soles of your feet, and going into Gaia. As you're building up your root system into Gaia, feeling more firm, feeling more grounded, that it actually goes through the soles of your feet into Gaia, so she can transmute, because energy can't be destroyed at all, but it can be changed. So instead of sending that back to somebody with negativity and annoyance and anger and horror along those lines, and coming back to that green aventurine of unconditional love, recognizing that other people have their own stories, and that's all right and that's fine, but we don't have to engage with that. And it's in that we don't have to engage, that if we send that into Gaia, into Earth, that can actually be transmuted into different types of energy to actually nurture the collective, nurture our souls, nurture Earth as well, because she needs all the energy, love and support that she can get at the moment. So, and for me, that feels like it is the key to the way forward, the key to our inner self, and feeling much more secure, as I say, in a very, very turbulent world that we seem to be living in at the moment. But we've got this through the bare energy, and feeling really solid, but also recognizing the parts that are coming in that are affecting us more. So whether that's cutting off by turning off the telly, not listening to the news, turning off Facebook for a while, or just not engaging, but actually recognizing, so you can cut those energetic links and send that into Gaia so that they can be cleaned and transmuted. So I rather like hematite, and I really, to be honest, I love Gaia and I love being connected with her, and that I feel she supports me on a daily basis, and I can feel her supporting me now. So I recognize that this is a really critical crystal that we need to sort of nurture as well. So it's like if we're trying to walk on a very shaky foundation, we're more inclined to fall over. So it's really important to have that solid foundation in our lives, so that we can actually go forward in a safe and secure way for ourselves. We really can't do anything for other people. We can only look after ourselves, and by doing that, the way that we relate to other people actually becomes easier, I find, because you're more understanding of how you are, what you want to say, who you are, that comes across. That energy is clearer and cleaner, and we're able to actually speak more truly with each other and not get stuck with that meta communication I've been talking about over the past few days. Anyway, I hope that resonates for some of you out there, and it feels really important at the moment, so I do hope that resonates for you. So within that, and speaking of resonating and vibrations that we were talking about through this, I'm going to try and access today's vocalization just for clearing, and trying to give us, feels like what's coming through is about connecting and having that very firm connection with Gaia. So all the way through today, I've had my beautiful dragon there and dragon energy around. So as I say, I hope you got something from this. If you did, please hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike, which thumbs up, thumbs down. If you have anything that you want to explore more, or want to comment on, that you would like more information, please leave a comment and I will endeavour to answer it. As I said at the beginning, I do offer individual readings that will explore the storytelling more based on your individual path and how you're sitting in the universe. And to find out more information, feel free to log through to my website, www.moonwillow.net. I will put that in the description link at the bottom. Thank you very much for journeying with me today. I really appreciate it. Love you all.